Today is the day. It's a huge day going on today. Today is a huge day going on today. All right, let's set the stage. Super Bowl 59. The Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs are back at it again. A rematch of a couple of years ago. Hey, it's going down. Both teams have led their ups and downs this season, but they are here for one reason, to win. They're in New Orleans. Guess what? It's me. It's Bo. Phone lines are open. We're waiting on your calls. It's going down. The live King Bo Super Bowl Extravaganza starts right now.
Took some overtime to get the time right. Had to lose a little mind to get my mind right. Finally realized, but in hindsight, you wanted the limelight. Me priority never once. You kept close but never really wasn't. I accept you like a focus. Agree with all your choices. Needed you to need me. Needed you to see me. Until I found the right direction, I think my reflection would agree. Had to find the me in me.
The Short Sport by King David Jordan.
Oh yeah. Hello, welcome to the show. It's your boy King Joe. My boy Bo is with me. Welcome to the Super Bowl King Bo Sports Show Special. I'm your host, King Joe. And alongside me, the one and only Bo Brown. This evening we got an action-packed show as we break down the biggest football event of the year, Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans, Louisiana. The Eagles, Philadelphia, the Chiefs of Kansas City are set for an epic rematch. But who's got the edge? Plus, we're diving into the blockbuster Luka Dončić trade with the Lakers. What does this mean for the NBA? And of course, Kendrick Lamar is set to set the stage ablaze at halftime. Will he deliver? Will it be one of the greatest performances ever? We'll check that. Buckle up, because this is going to be the show you don't want to miss. Bo, how you doing, sir?
Brother, life is good. I can't complain. Everything is fantastic. How's everybody out there doing in the world? We're going to tune in, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to deep dive into some of these topics, and it is here. February the 9th, 2025. Super Bowl Sunday is amongst us,
Yes,
and we've got a lot of topics to talk about. So we finally made it. 6:30 is the kickoff. Ladies and gentlemen, tune in. We want to hear your comments. Call in, and we definitely want to hear your opinion as King and Bo and the rest of the guys calling in. Get ready to go through the topics, and we want your feedback. Let's
All right.
roll.
This is crazy because, like, we got you going up until about the 5:30 hour. Then we're gonna go get ready. I gotta go get me some wings, Bo. You know, I already started. Like, I started getting my refreshments already. What do you have eat for the Super Bowl? I know you fit and together and work out and stuff like that. I already had some dip, some wings. I had part one. I'm gonna have part two when the game start. When the festivities start, we'll have part two then. What you got? What do you have on the snack list for tonight?
We got a little menu going on. We got some ribs, a couple of slabs of ribs, some meatballs, and we got some veggies going on along with that too. Just a little bit of banana pudding for dessert, and a little sweet tea, but not too much, but just a little something to deep dive into, just to fill the belly up, to make everybody feel all right.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We definitely got a lot of going. So we want to thank you guys so much for joining us and being a part of this King Bowl Sports Show special. It's been a while. It's been a while, Bo. It's been a while since we've been on. It's been a while since we've been here, but it's great to start it back up with the big game today. So let's go ahead. Let's get it set up for what's going on tonight. All right, the stage is set. You have the Eagles of Philadelphia going against the Chiefs of Kansas City. This is a rematch of a couple of years ago. Super Bowl. Both teams have had, really a good season. Both teams have had a pretty good season this season for them to meet together. And now all the chips on the table. You got Patrick Mahomes going against the one and only Jalen Hurts from They say, they try to say Oklahoma, but he's really from Alabama, the Alabama University. We're gonna say Roll Tide, right? He's really from the Roll Tide. So Roll Tide. So you have Jalen Hurts, you have Patty Mack, you have Andy Reid against Soriani. You know what I'm saying? So you have the coaches set up. So it's going to be interesting. Bo, what's your take? What's your thoughts? Without giving you your prediction, don't let me know who wins. But what's your take? What's your thought of this game? Especially considering the Eagles come back, they're a little bit more loaded. Got Saquon Barkley. Kansas City has reloaded. They got Worthy. They got some other pieces. Who do you have? How do you see things going tonight? And what's your thoughts on the game? Without giving me your prediction.
I'm gonna start out with an optic lens.
Okay.
If you're gonna be watching this game, if you know football, or if you just want to see the halftime show, the optic lens basically says you're gonna keep your eyes on number 15 in the red jersey. Everybody's gonna want to see exactly how Patrick Mahomes performs. He's won 2 straight Super Bowls. He's gonna be hard to beat. If he wins a third Super Bowl, then he's going to be that quarterback that people are going to say, "Hey, this guy, he may be better than Brady." People are saying he's better than Manning, but I don't think Brady actually wants him to win 3 Super Bowls. However, if he do win 3 straight, and this will be 4 out of the last 6 for the Kansas City Chiefs, you can easily say he's in the conversation, and everybody will be watching Patty Mack. But the thing about it, from a matchup standpoint, he's going up against Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio has the Philadelphia Eagles as the number 1 defense in the NFL. Now, I've watched a lot of football in the past, and Vic Fangio was the defense coordinator of the Miami Dolphins last year. So Patrick Mahomes faced him twice. The first game, he faced him over there in Germany. They beat the Miami Dolphins 21-14. However, you can easily say that Kansas City offense was held to 2 touchdowns because one of the touchdowns was a defensive fumble that was picked up and returned off of a fumble by Tyreek Hill. Then Miami played them in the playoffs over there in Kansas City where it was -4 degrees. The final score was 26-9. Miami didn't tackle at all. But Vic Fangio had Miami in the game all the way up until the end. Now he's the defense coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they have a better defense than Miami, and they tackle better. I am very concerned for number 15 in the red jersey for this game because this time Vic Fangio is coming with a better skill set on the defensive side of the ball. Actually, half of the players are from Georgia, at least 2 or 3 of them. But at the end of the day, I would say the matchup from number 15 in the red jersey, Mahomes versus Philadelphia Eagles defense, I like the Eagles in that matchup. I think Vic Fangio actually will be able to hold Kansas City offense to a minimum amount of points. So I like the Eagles to hold them to a minimum amount of points. Then you flip the coin, and then you put Kansas City defense against the Eagles offense. Kansas City love to blitz. They blitz a lot, and they come and get the quarterback and the running back. So when they blitz, what does that mean for Saquon Barkley? Does that mean that he's getting tackled in the backfield for a loss? Or does that mean it's going to be a gamble and they stunt one direction and he's headed the other direction and it could be a long run or a touchdown run? Or if they blitz and they miss assignment, does Brown come across on a deep end? Or does Smith catch a fly pattern? So it's going to be interesting of a chess match. In that matchup, I like Kansas City offense versus Philly defense. So that's why at the end, you guys will get my final prediction of the game. Right now, it's balanced, but there's one thing we haven't talked about yet. And at the end, I'll discuss the special teams part, and that could be the defining factor.
All right, so we got a call on the line. You guys can call in 478-569-6110, 478-569-6110. I got a call on the line. Caller, you there? Hello, caller. Caller, you there? Hello. Rock, are you there?
I'm here.
Hey, Rock, how you doing, buddy?
Oh,
Good, young man.
I'm good. All right, so you got the game going on today. You've been holding, you've been waiting to get at the itch to say the floor is yours. Who you have, and what do you see in this game? How do you see this game going?
I was listening to Mr. Brown, what he was saying, the ins and not, the pros and cons. But at the end of the day, as he was saying, Kansas City like the blitz packages and everything like that. But at the end of the day, that's gonna get both the wide receiver on left side, right side wide open. Kansas City don't want to do that because if they do that, they're in the worst nightmare. In fact, worst nightmare.
Hey,
They don't
Rock.
want to.
Rock,
They don't want to blitz.
how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, sir.
How's the day treating you?
Doing good.
Hey, Rock.
So what
Let me ask you a question about. Let me ask you a question about.
doing good, sir.
And this is something that a lot of people haven't
How's the
discussed.
day
Let me ask you a
treating
question about Jalen Hurts. Can you hear me, Rock?
you? Yeah, I hear you.
You
I hear
know,
you.
in the past, a lot of people have said that Jalen Hurts is not an accurate quarterback throwing the football. That he sometimes he doesn't put the ball position wise, placement wise, right on the receiver's hip or on the numbers or in stride where they can catch the ball or in a safe haven to drop it low so they don't take a devastating shot out there on the football field. However, that wasn't the case against the Washington Commanders. He actually played a very, very good football game, completion wise, completion percentage wise. So, do you think that he will have a good game against Kansas City defense against the blitz package? Because I haven't heard anybody talk about that yet. How do you feel about Hurts passing against Kansas City defense?
He's gonna be perfect. A1 perfect.
wait, Rock, you said, wait. Rock, you said you're gonna be perfect. Like no mistakes made, huh? No mistakes.
No, hey, it's
All
gonna be
right,
A1
and
perfect. The reason why I'm saying what I'm saying, and the reason why I'm finna say what I'm finna say, some teams just don't get up for teams, but some teams get up for teams. And this one is a real big one, and Hurts know what happened a couple of years ago. So guess what? He can get some get back. On smile, get back. When I say some get back, some get back. And myself personally though, Kansas City should have lost at least 5 games this season. Maybe 4. I ain't gonna say the last game of the season, because they didn't play the starter. But they should have lost at least 4 games this season. At least 4. And Mahomes really ain't been his best this season. I mean, to me, being honest about it, but I don't know if y'all remember this, which Mahomes is a bad boy now. He's a bad boy, but I don't know if y'all remember this. Shay, which is known, Shannon Sharp, our brother, God bless him, or Mayor Kiper, Skip Bailey. There was a lot of them. During that draft class, when Mahomes came out, they knocked him. He's going to be a bust. He was going to be a slap bust. I still have that in my phone right now as of today. They said he was going to be a bust. And they did the same thing about Lamar Jackson. Running quarterback would not last in the league. But look what LJ doing. And me, myself personally, and then too, not only that, I like Philly. Philly been clicking all season long. The end, like Bo was saying earlier, you got them Georgia boys. And which I don't like the Bulldogs, don't get me wrong, but you got them Georgia boys. Home team, really. Home team. But at the end of the day, though, me, myself personally, though, Andy Reid will get out coached tonight. Thanks. He will get out coached.
Oh wow.
So Rob, since you've unveiled that you're going with the Eagles, could you tell me your prediction on the score, my brother? What do you think the score will be?
Me, myself personally, it could be 28-14. Or either 38-14, or either 38-34.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Rock is basically saying that the Eagles will walk the dog. I mean, walk the dog on the two-time defending Super Bowl champions Kansas City Chiefs in the NOLA, New Orleans, Louisiana.
All right, Rock.
And
So,
and one other thing, I'm gonna say this right here. The Super Bowl's in New Orleans, right?
mhm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Peyton Manning from New Orleans, right? Peyton Manning is from Louisiana, right?
Correct.
Yeah, their daddy played
Why is
quarterback in the
why
Saints.
is
Yeah.
okay? Why is it that I'm kind of somewhere going sideways with why didn't Eli get first ballot?
Oh, that's a good question. I saw something on that yesterday about Eli, and he said that he was humbled with it. He said he was fine with it. It wasn't a big deal. But I think the way how he's looking at it is that eventually that he will get in, being the fact that he's a two-time
Yeah, oh
Super
yeah,
Bowl champion. I don't know when he'll get in, but I'm sure he will somewhere down the line. But to my
Eli will get
question
in
for
next
you,
year. I
Rob,
promise you that.
you think he'll get in next year?
All day, all day and every day.
Oh wow.
We'll keep an eye out for that because this time when they did have the Hall of Fame inductees, there were only 4 people that got selected, so which is a very, very low number for
Yeah,
them. So that is something to keep an
right.
eye out for next year. You're exactly right. So we'll keep a buzz on that just to see how it go. I think he does get in. Not sure when, but I think eventually he does. Kind of glad that Shannon Sharp, brother Sterling Sharp, actually got in. I'm happy for him. I've met Sterling Sharp in person before. He actually has shaken my hand and we've talked for a few minutes. I'm very proud that he's there, and we exchanged a couple of accolades. So very happy that Sterling Sharp is in the Hall of Fame. Very happy, and not just him, but the rest of the guys that made it as well.
Correct, correct, correct.
Rock, real quick. Are you gonna call back when we talk about the Lakers? Cause I know you got a lot to say about the trade and everything.
Oh yeah, oh most definitely.
Okay.
That's a must, most definitely, because you know why?
Well, go ahead.
Them home, boom home. Both of them can't have the ball at the same time now.
Okay, wait. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about it later. I got some other people that's ready to call in. So give me a call back. We'll go back to the Lakers. Appreciate you, Rock. Okay.
Okay, all right.
All right. All
Hey,
right. So
good hearing from you, buddy.
all right. So we got that. Man, phone lines are open 478 569-6110. 478-569-6110. Phone lines will go open. Now, if you get a message that the lines are busy, you'll get the message that lines are busy, but please call back. Keep trying. And once you get through, we'll definitely get you in. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from all the calls that we got coming in. And want everybody to really have a chance to speak and give their prediction. Rock said it's going to be surprisingly. He's betting against Patty Mac. How do you feel about that, Bo?
Hey, King, it's one of those things where, everybody has their own opinion. I respect that. There's only 2 teams left, so it's a 50-50 opportunity for somebody to sway one way and someone else to sway the other way. But we'll see how it goes. But you're talking about the 2-time defending Super Bowl champion. King, me and Rock talked about the predictions and the matchups a little bit. What's your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I gotta give Rock a little heat. I should have given it to him while he was on the phone because he said New Orleans was gonna be there, and they didn't quite make it this year. They might have had it.
They're
They might have
there.
been
They're there. They got a
next
front row
year.
seat. They got a front row seat in their own stadium.
He meant that it was gonna be in New Orleans, not that New Orleans gonna be in it, but it was gonna be in New Orleans. Like it was New Orleans was gonna host it. Like it's gonna be in New Orleans, not that New Orleans Saints was gonna be it. It's gonna be in New Orleans, but we get Rock to give him a chance to defend himself when he comes back at the next segment. But let's see this. Once again, phone lines are open 478-569-6110. Man, we got a Philly fan calling in, a Kansas City fan coming in. So especially people calling in today. So if you want to get in, we want to hear from you guys. You guys can call 478-569-6110, 478-569-6110. I think that I don't know if I was a betting man that I would bet against Patty Mac though. Normally betting against Patty Mac does not tend to give a return or betting against him. Normally you end up on the losing side of that if you're betting in a betting man. So from that situation there, I don't know if I'm a bet against Patty Mac or Andy Reid for that matter of fact. You got 2 Hall of Famers on both sides. You got Philly that's trying to develop Hall of Famers on their side. That I think I didn't hear you guys talk about some of the X factors, and I know you saving your prediction for later. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw him out there because I know he plays a position that you're very, 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 very familiar with, Mr. Bo. He faced
I was holding him. I'm holding him for last, but I'm ready to listen to it.
All right, so when the prediction is going on, but we'll take the predictions. But right now, let's go to the phone lines. We have a caller. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Who am I speaking with?
Fly Eagles fly. This is Anthony, man. Fly Eagles fly. Go Birds all day, every day. You know how we coming.
Anthony, what's up, brother? What's up, brother? How you been?
What's up, man?
Bro.
Hey, man, it's good to hear from you, brother.
Hey, good to hear from you.
Good to hear y'all too, man.
All right, so
yes, sir,
the question is now we had one caller already says fly Eagles fly. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the perennial, he's not like me. I jump ship, but he stays with his team, the Philadelphia Eagles, through thick and thin. Ups and downs. There's been a lot of ups recently. I gotta give you props. There's been a lot of ups recently. But through ups and downs. Now, Anthony, how do you feel about this game? Are you a little nervous? Or are you confident? How do you feel as an Eagles fan going into this game about your team facing Patty Mac and the Kansas City Chiefs?
Extremely confident. Extremely confident. No nerves at all. No nerves at all, man. Obviously people have been, talking all week, about the Chiefs and whatnot. But I feel like it's gonna be a close game, but I feel like we're still gonna look dominant. With our offensive weapons, I think Saquon will get 120 plus. Obviously, I can't discount Andy Reid. He's a great game planner, but no, I'm feeling extremely confident. Extremely confident.
Go ahead, Bo.
Hey, Anthony, I got a question for you, brother. You're a Philly fan, and I know you've been having the opportunity to watch them all year and follow them throughout the season. You being a fan, and I remember you were on the show last year talking about them, and you gave some very intricate details about the team. What is the number one thing this year that you've seen the team be super successful in?
Our defense. So especially against the Chiefs last time, our secondary. I had questions about our secondary, but it's really our defense. Obviously, we got the Philly Dogs, the boys from Georgia. I think Jalen Carter's gonna have a great game, but it's really our secondary. With our rookies, Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, able to step up in big roles all year. So yeah, I think it'll be the biggest thing is our defense as well. Is why I feel real confident.
And just to bounce off that point, what you're saying, and I'm an X's and O's guys when it comes to football. So the Philadelphia Eagles this year, up on the Vic Fangio, they run a 3-4, 4-3, 3-3-5, and a 4-4, and they also run a cover three that actually sends 8 people in at a blitz package sometimes with upon a multiple defensive scheme. So they have very, very different setups for offense. With that being said, with so many different schemes to run on defense, do you think that will confuse Patrick Mahomes?
No, I'm not going to disrespect Pat like that. He's a very smart guy, but he's an improviser. But I do think if we get our hands on him a couple times, which I think I'm predicting at least 2 sacks, I think that will frustrate him a little bit. But no, I'm not gonna say that it's gonna confuse him. No.
I'm gonna say this about Patrick Mahomes. He's seen a lot of different variations of defenses, and in the opening show, I talked about how he faced Vic Fangio twice last year when Vic Fangio was the defense coordinator of the Miami Dolphins, and those games were tit for tat when Mahomes didn't really have superb passing games in those games. Now, to say that Patrick Mahomes is the top tier quarterback in the NFL is to give him his credit that's due. But I have seen him struggle against the zero defense. That's the defense that gives him the most fits as a quarterback in the NFL. But this is close to it. However, I look at the outside of it. The Kansas City Chiefs don't really have superb outside receivers anymore. A lot of people are saying that Hopkins is aging at 31 years of age. He's showing his age. Hollywood Brown is a speedster, but that's about it. Not a route runner. Kelsey underneath. Do you feel that if you guys can contain Kelsey, that the game will not be as close as everybody predict? Because there's only a 1.5 point spread in it.
I mean, Kelsey will be a factor. I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised the name that you left off is Xavier Worthy. I feel like obviously he has little wrinkles that Andy Reid has implemented for him all year, and I think they're going to try to get him going pretty early as well too. So I'm not really worried about Kelsey like that. Obviously, again, he's a future Hall of Famer. But where our defense at and where our linebacker play is playing, and without Nichols, I'm not really worried about Kelsey. It's really Xavier Worthy who I'm really worried about.
Wow.
All right.
That's
Xavier
interesting.
Worthy Xavier Worthy is very fast. He runs a lot of fly patterns and a lot of quick outs. Along with that, he runs the ball too on a lot of reverses, which is going to be
Right.
interesting because Xavier Worthy typically opens everything up for Kelsey underneath. I hear this on the radio every day. People are saying that if the Redskins, well, the Commanders, the Washington football team, whichever one you want to go by, not the Commanders, if
Right.
they don't turn the ball over with those 3 fumbles that actually got turned into touchdowns, a lot of people are saying that the Commanders would have been in that game instead, said the turnovers help. So what I want to do is switch gears to you, something we have talked about in a while in general, and we haven't discussed this all day, even though we're early in the show. How do you feel turnovers will play as a factor in this game, and do you think the Philadelphia Eagles will be able to cause some?
Um, Turnovers will be a factor, but I get worried about that for us more than anything. I think the one turnover that we had when we played them again with the fumble was really what cost us that game. Now, when you speak on with the game with the Commanders, that's why I also feel great about our defense because like it wasn't like the Commanders turned the ball over themselves. There was intentional turnovers. Like we produced those turnovers, right? So again, with somebody like Jalen Carter being able to push through the line and pressure Pat Mahomes. I think we're going to see a lot of pressure on there. I do think we at least going to get a turnover or 2 from them, but I'm not the turnover thing. The only thing I'm worried about if we turn the ball.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, Anthony, and I appreciate your feedback on that. I'm gonna say this, and this is how I feel from the heart. I mean, yeah, I was a running back, but I also been saying this all year. I personally think that Saquon Barkley is the most valuable player in the NFL football league because of the year he's had and the impact that he's had, and as a result, it
Right.
has put the New York Giants in the top 3 draft pick because they let him go. Um, the owner Johnson, he has made a horrible mistake by letting him walk. And not only did he let him walk to someone in the exact same division and conference. So to me, with Philadelphia, this is something people haven't really talked about. The Philadelphia Eagles offensive line weighs on average 25 pounds per person more than the Kansas City Chiefs defense. King, I want you to chime in on this because you play offensive line in high school and college. Does this make a difference by the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line outweighing them by 25 pounds average per man?
All right. Yes, it does. If they weigh on them, especially when it gets to the late 4th quarter, if you've been establishing the run, also it depends on the play calling. If you've been establishing the run and you've been banging on them for 3 quarters, especially at the end, that 4th quarter when it's really money time, your defensive linemen they're tired and not as fresh as at the beginning of the game. Dealing with double teams, and let's be honest, the Philadelphia Eagles has one if not the best offensive line in football. It's been like that for years. Even with them losing Kelsey last year and retiring, a couple of years last year retiring, it's still been like that for years where they have one of the best offensive lines in the National Football League. And you put that with Saquon. And a lot of times what you're seeing is Saquon one-on-one with backers and one-on-one with safeties and cornerbacks, and that's a win. That's a W all the time. So it's going to be interesting to see how Kansas City's defense deals with the fact that they will be oversized or undersized going against Philadelphia, and how that would play a part, especially when you start getting into the later moments of the game, how that line is going to play a part, and will Saquon get touched? Because if Saquon is not getting touched to the second level, it's game time, because he's going to make somebody miss. He's going to do something spectacular, and he's going to take it to the house. Him and Jalen Hurts, because I think a lot of people have concentrated a lot on Saquon. I look for Jalen Hurts' legs this game to play a pivotal part in this game also. How do you feel about that, Anthony?
I'm piggyback pretty much everything that you said. So the great part about what you were saying with our O-line as well too, and wearing on the defense is if you look at a lot of our games this year, we was able to put away a lot of teams with Saquon in the fourth quarter, right? Saquon like balled out in the fourth quarter, right? So I feel like if the game is still close, right, within like a field goal game, and we're able to ice the game, we'll be able to do it with Saquon. That O-line, again, as you say, they some big boys, right? That was really Saquon's biggest issue in New York. So whenever we got Saquon, obviously I was a little salty at first because I was like DeAndre Swift, and I kind of felt like we overpaid for Saquon at first. But that quickly went away at about game 4, week 4 of this season. And I'm like, yeah, maybe we underpaid him, So when I was able to see what he was doing behind our line, and with the schemes that Kellen Moore dialed up, I was like, yeah, this is a match made in heaven.
But what you think? As a running back, having those holes where you're not getting touched until the second level, boy. I mean, as a running back, what's your mentality when you see that? When you see the gaps and the gaping holes that Saquon is running through, what's your thought process as a running back when you see those, and then you see a cornerback or a safety there? What's your mindset seeing that?
As a running back, the number one thing you always want to do is make sure you average 4 yards a carry. And if you can take a handoff and right off the back, you're already on the second level, meaning that you've gotten 4 yards and a possibility to utilize your creativity at that point. As a running back, that's either going to be a one cut, that's either going to be a stiff arm, that's going to be a spin move, that's either going to be a shoulder dip. So at that point in time, if you can utilize one of those moves at the second level, then you automatically know that if you break that tackle on the second level, you're off to the races. And that's what we've seen a lot with Saquon Barkley this year, and that's why he's ran for over 2,400 yards. And he's utilized all 4 of those moves in different points in time and sometimes in each game, except for the extravaganza move that he actually jumped backwards over somebody. I've never seen a football player do that before, but he's an exceptional football player with a super skill set talent. So yeah, Saquon can have a big ball game if they somehow can get him to the second level of the Kansas City defense. But be mindful, that could be difficult to do because Kansas City like to blitz a lot. So they're going to be in the backfield crossing his face mask a good bit of times where he may get stopped for a couple of times behind the yard of scrimmage, but also that could gash Kansas City if they stunt or shift in the wrong direction and Eagles called to play to the opposite side. Speaking of that, Anthony, I want to play a quick game with you called Word Association. I'm going to ask you one question and I need a one-word answer. Let me know when you're ready.
Let's go.
How many carries does Saquon Barkley get?
How many what now?
How many carries does Saquon Barkley get?
26.
Ooh.
How many touchdowns does Jalen Hurts throw?
1.
How many interceptions does the Eagles secondary or defense get in total?
1.
What's your final prediction of the score?
Wait, I think my
Final prediction of the score. I'm going to go with 28-23 Birds.
wow. So okay.
Sounds great. I appreciate it, my brother.
Mid-tier. So you got the Birds. All right. Hey, I have the most important. Put me back on the screen, please, sir. All right, there you go. I have the most important question of the evening. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Because I really don't care who wins. All right, you know what I'm saying? Eagles wins. I'm definitely gonna not I'm gonna say congratulations and I'm ready for next year. But the most two important questions is: will Kendrick Lamar do not like us. And this,
I'm wrestling with that one.
okay. Do you think he should? Do you think he performs that tonight?
As a fan, I want him to, but I don't think he should. I think
Wow.
the message that he's put out and what he accomplished, I think it's done.
All right, so as a fan, you don't think he should. I'm sorry, with the music came in. You don't think he should, but wait a minute, why do you say you don't think he should again?
I mean, so what was the purpose of the song? Right?
It was a diss record. It was.
Right. So I think the message has been put out there loud and clear. It's like
Piling on.
I mean, I'm a competitive guy, man. So now you kind of question me, but it's kind of like it'll be kind of like spiking the football, you know.
So or is it piling on? Is it kind of like a tush push? You know, I just want to. You know what I'm saying? Is
not even close to
All right, last question. Then we'll let you go, Anthony. I know you want to get back to your part that you guys got going on. One last question. What is the ultimate Super Bowl food for eating?
the ultimate Super Bowl food. I got to pick one.
You gotta pick one. You can't go with it. What is it?
I'm going ribs.
Oh,
Ah,
all right, Anthony,
that's what I'm on tonight.
Anthony, good luck tonight, brother. I think we got another call on the line, man. I appreciate you, brother. Hey, we appreciate it. We'll see what happens tonight. You know I'm gonna hit you up either way.
All right, go.
Hey, Anthony. Hey, always, brother. Good to hear from you.
Sir.
All right, bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Likewise, man.
478-569-6110. 478-569-6110. That's my brother Anthony. And man, we got calls coming in. Listen, call back. The caller that just called in that was calling. Call back. We open lines are open. Please call me back. Lines are open. 478-569-6110. He hung up. As soon as I say Anthony, let me get the other caller. He hung up. So Bo, as he brought up some great points there. You know, he's a Philly fan, so he's speaking it. He's speaking it into existence. So we can say he's speaking it into existence. He's trying to speak it into existence. How you feel about what he's saying? Philly's been strong, a touchdown, couple touchdowns, Saquon's defense gets an interception, turnover. I think if that goes the way Anthony plans on the way he said it, I really like Philly's chances of winning the Super Bowl if that goes the way he plans on it.
We got a couple of things going on. He called out the score to be 28-23 with the Eagles taking the win over the Kansas City Chiefs in this Super Bowl. However, it's one of those things where this team has a revenge factor because they lost to Kansas City 2 years ago. But then again, you got to look at it. You're talking about the two-time defending Super Bowl champ, so it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be denying a team an opportunity for a third straight Super Bowl ring. The Kansas City Chiefs, they have a culture out of this world. And the Eagles are building it. You know, King, one thing we didn't talk about is that I want to discuss this real quick. You've got the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, Nick Sirianni. Sirianni has already taken the job with the New Orleans. Kellen Moore has already taken a job with the New Orleans Saints. So, you know, can that be a distraction? Will that be a distraction? I mean, the Saints are there. They're in the building. This is their house. He's coaching in this game. This is his last game as the Eagles OC. So the Eagles need to just go all out and try to get a victory and take care of business. But they're running up against a juggernaut. The Kansas City Chiefs mean business in Super Bowls, as we've seen before. Keep in mind, Tampa Bay a while back beat them in 2018 for a Super Bowl with Tom Brady. And there was a lot of throws that was dropped from the Kansas City receivers that if they would have caught those passes, then Patrick Mahomes probably defeat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. So Patrick Mahomes is the real deal in these games. He's laser focused. I'm just saying that the Eagles are going to have to be the same way. And they turned the ball over 2 years ago with Jalen Hurts fumbling the ball, scrambling off his knee, return for a 65-yard touchdown. They can't afford to do that this year. They cannot afford to do that.
All right, so let's go. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back to the Super Bowl, talk some more Super Bowl a little bit. But let's talk about the NBA. We didn't get a chance to talk about a big trade and something that happened and maybe have changed the course of NBA history. We're gonna talk about that coming up next. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit everybody up. Let them know we're live. 478-569-6110. Phone lines are open. It's King and Bosha.
Bo, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll be right back. Yo, what's up? It's King Joe. This is 30 Day Create. This is day number 11. And we're downtown Charlotte. And we're about to go into Merck's Heart and Soul Cafe, one of the staples in Charlotte. You see the across there? We're about to go across there and see if we can get us something to eat, all right? Yo, healthy eat, healthy living, 30 Day Create, live and create right here. Charlotte, keep up. How is it?
We had this at home.
Is that a problem? Hey, y'all, this is just soft. It's good, y'all. It's good.
So you just got finished eating your first time ever. What did you think? Would you come back? Scale to 1 to 5, what would you give it? Or 5? You got a lot of food left. 5. What was the best thing about the meal?
I actually like the soul roll
The roll.
of the appetizer.
I like the croquette. The croquette was
That
good.
was fresh.
That was amazing. I like the semi croquette. All right, y'all. So,
That's what I should have.
yeah,
That's what I should have.
still got the croquette patties. I've been feeding for croquettes and we finally got I've been feeding for croquettes and we finally got some.
But they were good.
They were amazing.
Yep, that was the great Merck's Meats here down in Charlotte. Yo, if you get a chance, come out and check it out. It is amazing. But yo, we'll holler at y'all. 30 Day Create. This your man King. We'll holler at y'all later. Y'all be good. It's all over for Merck's Meats. Peace. Get the Meats.
It's for tonight. We try again, and I know this love is worth the fight. Oh yeah, and I know the love you charm me, yeah. You charm me, yeah.
My name is MC Twice, and I would like to welcome you to the King Boat Sports Show.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back. King Bowl Sports Show. And we're waiting. We lost ball, so we're gonna try to get ball back in here real quick. Hold on 1 second. Oh, there you go. We got it back. All right, Bo, we're back. Next segment. We're talking about something that happened and occurred that was phenomenal. That literally is phenomenal. and that I think really everybody's been talking about, and it's awesome that we got a chance to talk about. Now, what are the big news that happened over the weekend? Well, not really the weekend. It wasn't the weekend. Well, last week. Some of the big news that happened last week in the second segment was the trade. The NBA deadline was last week. And I know now we're talking about Super Bowl main event tonight, but we have to talk about the NBA bombshell. Luka Dončić is headed to the Lakers. That's right. One of the biggest young stars, superstar, not just a star, a superstar, Bo, is now teaming up with LeBron James. Something that shook the entire NBA. You have Luka Dončić going to the Lakers and AD going to the Dallas Mavericks. What's your thought? How do you feel about this? And does this make someone a favorite or a lesser favorite? How do you feel about this trade?
Well, being a Laker fan is kind of interesting because, in 2019, we paired up Anthony Davis with LeBron, and they immediately responded with a championship ring for the Lakers in the 2020 asterisk season with the COVID season. That was the year that Kobe passed away, and they won the championship. It made the Lakers look good in respect of Kobe in honor of him. But AD has struggled for the past 3 to 4 years with injury. There was a year where he just basically got ate alive by the Joker, but I will say he did come back the following year and destroyed the Joker, and he has outplayed the Joker ever since he's got destroyed the year before. However, I will say this about the Lakers and also that trade. You can easily say that Luka Doncic is going to be the person to replace LeBron as the star in LA, as the jersey seller overseas globally. That's typically what we normally do. We go get a star and sell his jersey abroad a lot. You take a look at Kobe; he sold millions of Kobe jerseys in China. LeBron is selling jerseys abroad everywhere also. And Luka Doncic, from my understanding, his jersey sells overseas a lot in the same manner. So it's a marketing strategy, but also a player who is a top tier player in the NBA to come and lead the franchise. Now, the thing about that is this year, I think Luka Doncic will play good with LeBron, but we definitely need another big man. From my understanding, the Mark Williams trade did not go through due to a failed physical. Um, I blame skepticism on the Lakers with this one, and this is why I'm skeptical about that. The situation was that Mark Williams got traded the very last day of the trade deadline. And the Lakers saw that as an opportunity, but they didn't really do their homework on that. And as a result, he will be going back to the Charlotte Hornets. Cam Reddish and Dalton Connect will be coming back to LA to finish out this year. We don't really have a true center anymore. We've got one center. This guy plays well for us. Wood is injured right now, and we're in the process of not having anybody who can defend the Joker. And that is a problem because we have won 9 out of the last 10 games. And we are on the roll. We're doing pretty well. Actually, we beat a good team last night without LeBron and the Indiana Pacers. Even though they were missing Miles Turner, we still won the game. We've got a good team, but we're definitely going to need a center. And with now this situation going in a different direction, I don't know how that affects us. And I definitely don't see us beating OKC or Denver in a 7-game series. And I believe because of this, that keeps us from going to the Western Conference Finals and also the NBA championship playing in the finals.
All right. Well, I think what we're seeing here is, and then we do have some comments coming up. Also, Jay Will says fire. Thank you, Jay Will. Thank you for watching. The Los Angeles Lakers, you guys could call it 478-569-6110. 478-569-6110. They said, can you say it so fast? 478-569-6110. Phone lines are open right now. Nobody's on it. Call us. All right, the Los Angeles Lakers. What you talk about the trade? Let's start with the trade with Luka Dončić to LA for Anthony Davis. And we've just had a sample size of Anthony Davis yesterday, who had a monstrous game, but ended up getting hurt. right? But they said it wasn't serious. It wasn't a serious injury. But he ended up, having an injury, get a little banged up, and that's always been the one thing about Anthony Davis is that hey, he's all world talent, but then he also is all world injury list also. So I think the
Did you see?
Lakers. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Did you see the look on Jason Kidd's face yesterday when they asked him about Anthony Davis getting injured? If you look at his eyes yesterday, it was like, man, I don't want to have to answer this question throughout the rest of my tenure here with him.
But it is, and so he's gonna
That's
have to
how he
deal
was
with it.
looking into the camera.
It's something to deal with. Now we heard a lot of the reasoning and rationale behind them getting rid of a 25-year-old superstar at the age of 24. Just took you to the NBA Finals last year. Even though you lost to Boston, he was phenomenal during that run. Now he did struggle a little bit in the Boston series, especially on defense. He struggled a lot, but he was responsible largely. Him and a couple of more players, Kyrie Irving, being one of them, were responsible for you guys getting to the NBA Finals. And you get rid of a lot of people say a transcendent star at the age of 25, and you send him to another team. A lot of people have a lot of questions, especially for a 31-year-old Anthony Davis and a very good young role player that I like a lot also. But this is the thing though. And Bar, so it's interesting to see how this plays out and who wins this trade. It will be years down the line before we really can start saying if this was a good trade or it's a horrible trade. Here's a role either way. If Lakers struggle or if Dallas struggles, here's going to roll. So both GMs have put themselves legitimately on on the hot seat themselves. They kind of put themselves on the hot seat themselves, making this trade and being able to trade Luka Dončić for Anthony Davis and some other pieces. I like Max Christie. Max Christie is a great two-way player. The issue with the Lakers is
Eh,
everybody keeps talking about the Lakers need a rim protector. And we do know the Mark Williams, Charlotte Hornets deal was rescinded. They said his injuries. They said it's more than the back. They said there's other stuff that's going on. They said there's multiple issues that he's having, and that the Hornets tried to pull a fast one on the Lakers. And then too, but I think the Lakers saw something that I saw was going to be a problem. Bigger than having a rim protector, they have no perimeter defenders, none. Because if you look at the predicted starting lineup right now, you have predicted that it's going to be Luka, horrible perimeter defender, AR-15, who had a monster game last night. I think it was 45, 46 last night. AR-15 in the win, and then you got LeBron James, right? So your front court or your back court, I'm sorry, is going to be, hey man, really not a lot of defense there. And that's really perimeter defense is going to be an issue. And it has been an issue for the Lakers for the last few years. Even with AD being down there protecting the rim, it didn't matter because the perimeter defense was so bad. Now we can say
yeah, I
the
mean, not
Lakers
only
have one of the worst perimeter defenses probably in the NBA. And that's going to be a big issue for the Lakers coming up. And they were hoping that Mark Williams could come and at least be a rim protector to kind of absorb some of their lackluster defense. It's and that fell through. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they move forward. They're gonna really have to outscore teams. They're gonna have to go 140 or better, 130 or better every night in order, especially when you get to the playoffs. They're gonna have to get into a foot race and try to make it a scoring game in order to be successful at currently constructed. Now they can get some things out the waiver wire. They may get some things out the buyouts, but as currently constructed, this is how it is. I heard some people talk about bringing back the White Howard. I don't know if you want that circus coming with you, but hey, they're talking about bringing him
drama,
back, right? But I don't know.
drama.
I don't know if it's worth it, right? Is it worth it? Is bringing back the White Howard worth all the drama? What you keep saying drama, right? All the drama, bringing back the White Howard worth the drama that he brings with him. Worth the the baggage that he brings with him. Is it gonna be worth it?
N-
There's other people out there. Go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry, Mark.
I will say that in a split second. No, I'd rather take my losses without him being a member or on the roster of the Los Angeles Lakers. One of the key things that you mentioned, King, that I am very disappointed is that we got rid of Max Crispy. He's only averaging 9 points a game, but he is a second year guard, 6'5", 190 out of Michigan State, and this kid is on the rise. It seems as if his entire his entire body of work with the Lakers was a Pareto chart moving north. And when you have that type of progression from a kid that's beginning to increase his level of awareness, his scoring, his defensive prowess, and developing on your team, and he's only in his second year, I don't see how you let him go. I would have found a way to keep Max Crispy.
Well, I
Christie,
don't
I'm
know
sorry.
because like
There's no way I would have let him win.
well, and then, let's be honest. All right, so let's talk about the trade to begin with. I'm gonna be honest. The Lakers got away with a steal. Like not only would I would have if
Look at
I
what
would get Luka, they got away. It really was a 1-to-1. You add Christie to it, but it really was a 1-to-1 swap. Dončić for AD Anthony Davis, and I'm saying
I
if
I
I'm
like I like Doncic. I like Luka Dončić, but at the end of the day, the Dallas Mavericks really fired him. Let's be open and honest about it. They basically said, "Hey, look, this guy took us to the finals, ballooned up during the offseason after not playing any defense in the finals, came back overweight. We thought he was going to be hungry to win a championship. He's not showing us that this year. He's due a 5-year, $345 million deal. We're not paying him that type of money because we don't think we'll get that investment return from him. So before we pay him, we'll dump him off somewhere and we'll get somebody in here who can pair a little bit better with Kyrie on the defensive block and can score and see how far we can go." I truly think that the Mavs got the better end of this deal
oh wow,
because if you look at LeBron James is not going to be a Laker forever. So that means they're going to have to build around Luka Doncic. And Williams is not even coming because of the trade got rescinded. And we lost Christie. Keep in mind, Christie was a starter. Max Christie started on our team. He didn't come off the bench. We lost two starters, and Dallas gave away one.
I,
And we gave away a first round draft pick. But that is coming back because the trade got rescinded.
this trade here marks the first time that two reigning All NBA players have been exchanged mid-season. This move has elicited strong reactions, and that was a very strong reaction that you had, Bo.
Oh,
A lot
sorry,
of
sir.
say what? What is it?
Sorry for the
Good, bro.
strong reaction, sir.
No, it's cool, it's cool. No, I like it. You gotta remember, man, and Duckett has been out since Christmas, with a calf strain, and some saying that he's actually using that to get back in shape because he was out of shape. They're saying that there was do that to get him back in shape and get him back in the form for the season because he came in out of shape again. I'm gonna go the opposite. You know, I think that the Lakers won the trade in long term. I think short term maybe Dallas won the trade, but long term I think the Lakers won the trade. And I think Dallas. I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
I,
110%. I think Dallas. I think this is going to get. They're going to get the GM's probably going to get fired because of this move. His job, like his days are numbered. They better win. If they don't win, if they don't win a championship this year, next year, he's probably out of there. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because a lot of people said they didn't want to pay the $300-something million, right? We all know if Mark Cuban still was the owner and of the Dallas Mavericks, he would have been like, "Hey, write that check, sign that check. It's all good, right?" Right? Is
absolutely,
it?
absolutely.
Right? Is it? Uh, he said, Mark Burton said, "Boo NBA, yay WNBA." Hey, we're gonna talk. Hey, listen. Next show we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk a little bit about what's going on there. I know what you want to talk about, Mark. I know exactly what you want to talk about. You want to talk about how loaded that the Indiana Fever is right now. I got you coming next show. I know you want to talk about how loaded the Indiana Fever is and how they are a championship favorite at the beginning of not even preseason, at the current moment. I know we got you locked and loaded. Nah, we know what's going on. We know. I haven't forgot. I've been paying attention and watching. I like to sit in the cut, let everybody say what they're gonna say. They come and give you something you ain't never heard before. So I just been studying and paying attention. So it's coming, Mark. Just keep it on. But I think the reason why, going back to the Dončić trade, the reason why the Dončić trade is such a big deal, and I think Dallas lost this trade. In shape, out of shape, and this is the difference between a lot of people. This is the difference between me and you, Bo, right? You're the custom, you're the professional early. I put the work in. I'm talented. I put the work in, but I outwork you, and the consummate professional, right? And you're a boss too. So, and this is what I noticed: when you think like when your boss is, you think like a boss, right? And you think like a boss. And for what you said that Dallas won the trade. That's a boss thought. You're thinking like a boss, right? But this is the issue a lot of times with bosses, right? And this is I'm a boss too, so I think like this too, right? But I'm a little bit different. No, I do think about this too, right? But this is the thing: when you have bosses want everybody to be on time. They want everybody to be the first one there, the last one to go home, the one to put the hard work in. They want to be Kobe. They want everybody to be Kobe or Jordan, right? They want everybody to be LeBron, spend $1 million in your body, right? That's what the bosses want, right? They want that. But every now and then, you get an anomaly. That's the norm, but every now and then you get an anomaly. And Luka Dončić is the anomaly. He's a lot like the big guy in Denver, right? Everybody, he's out of shape. Remember the big guy in Denver fell down the draft board. The people did not want him. They didn't think he was going to be any good. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know that guy I'm talking about, the big guy in there. Yeah? What's the big guy in Denver's name? Bo, what's his name? I just think he said, yeah.
I don't know his name. Who is he? Why did he fall down the board? Is he playing up to par now?
He goes by the Joker. Jokic. MVP, NBA champion. And he fell down the draft board because people say, hey, he doesn't take his weight seriously. A fat, sloppy white guy. He doesn't take his weight seriously. He's not coming in shape. And then the offseason, he's drinking a beer. And then every year he comes and he's giving everybody the business. Why? Because he's an anomaly. He's not he's a different guy. And all I'm saying is, since Luka Dončić, the only player that has five, listen, Steph Curry doesn't even have 5 All-NBA selections. This Luka Dončić has it, and he's 25. 25. Every now and then you have an anomaly. Every now and then you have somebody so dominant, so great, that he may not have to work as hard as everybody else. Or it gives them time to develop that mature and develop that work ethic that everybody else had. If we remember,
all I'm gonna say is that if you're gonna come to Los Angeles, Luka Dončić, you better win a ring. We win rings over there. You're 25. We win rings in LA. Those are the expectations.
I think. Do you think that the expectations went up higher with Luka than they are with Anthony Davis?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think that Dallas got the better end of the deal right now, but I think for the future, the Lakers have the better end of the deal to try to win a championship to build around Luka. I think long term wise, the Lakers win this trade. But currently, right now, I think we're not winning the trade. But I think in the long run, I think we'll have better opportunities to win a championship before Dallas. And Dallas might go further than we go in the playoffs this year. But for the long run, yeah, I think it'll be better for the Lakers. There's no doubt about that. King,
I agree with you 110%. Dallas is loaded. They are loaded. 110%. Go ahead. What you about to say?
King, I don't know. I couldn't log on to my laptop Facebook wise. We got 3% left on my phone, man. We got to roll.
Okay, so let's go ahead. So you say Dallas won the short term. Dallas won the short term. Lakers won long term. I agree with that. I think Dallas is loaded. Don't get it twisted. Dallas is loaded. I think the Lakers are gonna make some noise and they're gonna surprise some people because of the star power of Luka. And let's not forget that bad man from Akron, Ohio. I'm starting to change my perception that he might be the greatest.
He's having.
I stood by Jordan. I'm standing by Jordan right now, but I don't know, man. LeBron doing some stuff I ain't ever seen before.
I'm gonna say this about LeBron. He's the most consistent basketball player I've ever seen. He's in my top 5. There's no doubt about it. But me personally, the best basketball player to ever play, and it's hard to say that because a lot of these guys came through different time warps. But to me, the best basketball player to ever play is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 'Cause, like in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's prime and Michael Jordan in his prime. Could Michael Jordan really guard Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Nobody could guard
I
Kareem.
probably would say no. I would probably say Michael Jordan could not guard Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So I would say your higher percentage shot would probably win a 1-on-1 before somebody shooting a jump shot. King, we got 2%. We got to go.
All
Donald
right, so
Trump. Donald
Go ahead.
Trump at the Super Bowl. What are your thoughts on that?
I feel as if
President-elect Donald Trump. I'm sorry.
now this is the first time a sitting president has ever has ever gone to the Super Bowl. So he's the first president to ever do this. A sitting president to ever show up to a Super Bowl. I don't love it. I'm cool with it. I don't love it. I know he's a sports fan. I know he's a sports fan. I know I'm shock you with that, right? I don't love it. And the reason I don't love it is because I really want to be about the game. I don't really, a lot of people, this is a lot of people's escape from everyday life with politics and everything else. So I really wanted to be, about the game. I want to enjoy the game. I don't really want to bring politics. I want to, for the next 3 to 4 hours that we sit here and watch this game, I wanted to be about the game. I don't want to be about politics. On Monday morning, we can go back and start talking about politics. But the game, I don't really want to make it political.
All right, 1%. This is how I feel about it. I think it's okay for him to go, but don't broadcast it simply because about 30 days ago they had the issue over there in New Orleans with the guy with the ISIS flag running over people over there in New Orleans. If he's gonna go, that's fine and dandy, but it shouldn't have been broadcast. Your take on top 5 Super Bowl performances? 1%, King. 1%.
Okay, top 5 Super Bowl performances. You definitely got to go. I got to go. Number 1. It's so many. It's so many in the name. I would probably.
Let's move. Who you got?
I'll probably go. Top 5.
All right, my top 5: Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Snoop Dogg, Prince, Usher. Those are my top 5, along with Dr. Dre and Snoop.
Michael Jackson, Prince. U2 had a nice one.
They did.
Janet Jackson. I think there was somebody in your household brought us Janet Jackson. That was a beautiful one. It ended with a bang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Janet
real
Jackson
bang.
was good. So yeah, I agree with that. I do like the Snoop Dogg Dr. Dre. I thought it was great last year. Received Kendrick Lamar has a tough act to follow this year. All right, let's get.
All right, your Super Bowl prediction, real quick.
You go first. I got you. I got a second.
Hey, Saquon Barkley has been that guy all year. I predict the Eagles to win 33-30. I like Philadelphia. I'm riding with the Eagles. Nothing against Patty Mahomes. I think Patty Mahomes come back and win it next year in Andy Reid's last year coaching in Kansas City until he retire and go out to the sunset in 2026. But this year, I'm riding with the Eagles. Your prediction, 30-33.
I'm not going against Patty Mack. I got a low-scoring game. I got 24-20. I think the Kansas City defense is much, much better, is much improved, and I think they're going to hold those guys down. I think Andy Reid is a coach, and I think he has a little bit of a jinx on Philly. I got Kansas City winning, and I got Kansas City winning. I want Jalen Hurts to win. I want him to win. I want Jalen Hurts to win one, and I know your phone is getting ready to go. He's out of here. I want Jalen Hurts to win. But I got Kansas City. I can't. It's hard to bet against Patty Mac, guys. I'm sorry. And my heart is with Jalen. Mark says J-Lo and Shakira. Hey, shout out to Bo. Shout out to everybody. Thank you, guys. We're going to go ahead and watch the game. We'll come back next week with more great King Bo show. It's glad to be back. Good to have you guys back. Thank you, guys. Also, we will talk about that Caitlin Clark. I know what you guys will talk. She's been big and she's been busy. She's been busy. She's at the Super Bowl. I saw her throwing footballs and everything. What can't Caitlin Clark do? We'll talk about Caitlin Clark. and what the Indiana Fever has done, I got a shocking take that nobody's making. And how people are hating on Caitlin and the Indiana Fever for putting the team together. But I got a shocking idea. I hope it's untrue, but I got a shocking take that I don't know if everybody's going to like about Indiana and the moves that they make. We're joining us for our Super Bowl Extravaganza. I am your host, King Joe, and I'm sitting in for my brother Bo, who's out. I think it's forward. His phone's going dead. So listen, we'll holler at you guys soon. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the Super Bowl. We might come back on after the game, just for a few minutes. Just say what's up, see what your guys thought about the game. Love you guys. See you soon. Peace.
Everybody talking about they the best. Everybody talking, but they talking about us. BRG walk on the God we trust. As long as our name is listed in the book, we good. Show me the list. Everybody talking about they the best. We the best, yes. Everybody talking, but they talking about us. BRG walk on the God we trust. We trust.
Thank you to everyone that called in. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you to all the calls. Thank you. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for the likes and the subscribe. I always think I want another caller. All I got one more caller. We'll get to the caller. Caller, you live. Hello, caller, you live.
All right, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Who is this? Who am I speaking to? Doug, how you doing? Real quick. What's your thought about the game tonight? What's your thought about the game? Who you got tonight?
Chiefs. It's gonna be close, but I got the Chiefs. Somewhere around that range.
Wait a minute, give it to me again. You said 25 to 22?
Yes, 25-22, somewhere around that range.
Okay. All right. So who you got for the MVP? Gotta be Patty Matt.
Guy for the MVP.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna go with Chris Jones.
So you think the defense is gonna be able to shut down? You think they're gonna be able to shut down Saquon Barkley and the Eagles off? Oh wow.
Come up with the scheme to stop Saquon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be somebody on the defensive side of the ball. I'm gonna give it not Chris Jones. Give it to what's that guy that plays outside? Basically like Chris Jones.
He plays in too. Hello?
That's who I'm gonna give it to. That's who I'm gonna give it to.
All right, Chris Jones. All right, Bo had it. Bo phone with this 33-30 Kansas City. Philly, and he said that Saquon was going to be the difference in when the MVP is going to be the difference in the game. But you're saying no way, no how.
Nah, I think they're gonna stop it. They're gonna stop it.
Okay, all right.
I think Kansas City gonna come up with a good scheme. Saquon, and it's gonna come field goal kicking too.
That's right, because the Eagles have been struggling.
Better field goal kicker.
I agree. The Eagles kicker has been struggling. You're right. We did not bring up special teams. That's a great thought process. And so
special teams as well.
A lot of people said they're going Philly, and I'm like, man, listen. Most calls have said Philly so far tonight, and I'm like, listen, it's hard for me to go the bet against Patty Matt, man. It's like most people bet against Patty Matt. They be losing their money. They be broke.
He'll take off with it too now. He been doing that since the playoffs.
Yeah.
See, people ain't been getting credit on that.
Yeah.
You take away Kelsey, he'll take off.
Right.
The man coverage gonna take off with it.
Gotcha.
That guy's smooth, man. Do whatever it takes to win.
Whatever it takes.
If they don't get pressure on them, they won't win. They're gonna have to make sure they box them like how Tampa did a couple of years. That's the only way you're gonna beat Kansas City.
Right. So defense. Way. And you know what? And Kansas City's defense has been stronger this year. They've shown a lot of improvement this year. So it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a fantastic game. Listen, I appreciate you calling in, sir. I'm going to go ahead and we're about to go ahead and watch the game and get into the festivities. Kickoff is at 6:30? So we're going to go ahead and get into the festivities, start getting. Yes. I got these wings that's waiting on me, bro. What you eating tonight for the Super Bowl? What you eat for the night Super Bowl?
Oh, man, I got a little area. Ribs, hot dogs, chicken. I got a little bit of everything.
Man, I should have came and ate with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get no ribs. I just got wings and we got dip. My wife made some chips and dip. We got chicken wings. I didn't think about the ribs. Y'all got me with the ribs. You know what I'm saying? The ribs. Y'all got me with the ribs, man. I should have had I didn't think about the ribs, baby. We didn't think about the ribs. We didn't get the ribs. You know. That's
I'm not for you, but just a trip.
Hey, what? I'm in Dublin. Where you at it? Hey, yeah, I pick up some ribs now. You know what I'm saying? I pay for some ribs, you know?
Oh, you in Dublin?
I'm in Dublin. I pick up a plate of ribs. I pay for some ribs now. My boy, my normal cook, he died right now. He got that sciatica. So he died right now. He can't cook like he want to. But and we've been praying for him to get back on his feet. But man, I'm talking about, man, he got some dry rubs, boy. That you almost be wanting to bite your finger off trying to get the dry rub off, man. I'm telling you, it's so good.
Man, you can't beat dry rub.
That's what's up.
That's the real deal, because all that barbecue stuff to make it messy.
Yeah, definitely. But listen, man, I thank you so much. I think you're the first Kansas City person. I think me and you're the only two that went for Kansas City. Everybody went Philly. So most
gonna come out on top.
And most people going Philly, but I think it's hard for me to bet against Patty Mac. I wouldn't mind Jalen Hurts winning one. I wouldn't mind it. But it's hard for me to bet against Patty Mac, though. It's hard for me to bet.
Yeah, they're gonna pull it out. They're gonna compete, man. I hate it. Because the did my Steelers. Man, these guys gonna be tough to beat. See, we hung around with Philly.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But we didn't have no chance against Kansas City today.
Right. Well, we'll see. Hey, we're going to hold it to you, man. So we have the show. You got to call back in. That no matter the result, you got to call back in. You got to stay in there, okay?
All right, I'll do that.
All right, bro. I thank you, man. I appreciate you so much. Right. Yes, sir.
All right. Mm-hmm.
There we go, guys. Call in 478-569-6110. 478-569-6110. Y'all know Bo tried to act like it's far away there. But don't go there, that brother. He watching the Super Bowl. He all into it. I'm like, Bo, you could have plugged it up. Bo. Could have plugged it up. You know what I'm saying? he was sitting there watching like, yeah, next. All right, I get it, Bo. The Super Bowl is going to be ready. Listen, I'm about to go watch the Super Bowl too. You guys enjoy. I'm going to go get some of these chicken wings and this dip. I should have got some ribs, though. He got me one of some ribs. I need some ribs. You guys have a great day. We'll see you guys later. Enjoy the Super Bowl. We'll see you a little bit later afterwards. Might get a reaction to the Super Bowl. What y'all think? Kendrick gonna tear it up. Not Like Us goes on tonight. He has to end the show with Not Like Us. If he ends the show with Not Like Us, it is the greatest diss of all time. I don't care what you say. If Kendrick Lamar is his halftime show with Not Like Us, it's the greatest diss of all time. All time. I mean, over Ice Cube, over Tupac, it don't matter. Ether is the greatest. If Kendrick Lamar is the Super Bowl, well, Not Like Us, it's the greatest diss of all time. He goes out in the history books as the greatest diss of all time. Period. Regardless. But we see how this goes. You guys have a great day. We'll holler at you guys soon. It's your boy King Joe. Holla at you. I'm out for real this time. Peace.